Dr. JC Cooley. That's right. Yeah. Dr. JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. Yeah. Dr. JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the JC Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the JC Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
Yeah. Dr. JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Hey.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James JC Cooley, and of course, we got the executive producer and the co-host, Dr. Michelle Cooley here. And she got a surprise for me today. I don't know what it is, but I'm looking forward to it, whatever it is. It's just going to be her and I today. And so I'm excited about the show. I'm excited about being here with you all. And also, there's excited about telling you all that whichever platform that you can be watching us on, was E360 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Rumble, and over 80 other platforms. Welcome to the show. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. How are you doing, Michelle? How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Hey, we're here in California, Southern California, and we're just enjoying the weather here. It's not blistering hot, but it's welcome change from Texas.
Well, yeah, we haven't been here in a while. So
that's true.
Kind of glad to be back, check on the house, make sure everything is okay, and just enjoy this California weather. And we got to start coming here a little bit more often, Michelle, a little bit more often. So I'm excited about this surprise that you got for me today, but I'm always prepared for whatever you're going to throw at me. So can you please introduce the title of the show, the purpose of the show and introduce this absolutely fantastic guest you got.
Well, the guest is you. But the title of today's show is Revisiting a Black Man's Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul, written by Dr. James JC Cooley and including a collaboration of various authors. So we're going to talk about, why you decided to write this book and why the subject matter in the book, throughout the book, it resonates with our readers. So our guest today, of course, it's you, James, Dr. James JC Cooley. And we're excited to talk about this bestseller, this number one best-selling book that is out there on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles or many platforms, which we'll talk about to the audience. But we're revisiting this book and the different subjects that were noted in this book by yourself as well as the collaborating authors. So let's start in the beginning.
Hold on. You have to introduce the guest.
I did. Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you. All right. Audience, whatever platform you're watching this show, we're on over 80 live streaming platforms, including E360 TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and many more. Please join the show. Send in your questions, your comments with our guest today, Dr. James JC Cooley. So, James, let's start from the beginning. This book has been out for a couple of years now. What inspired you to write this book and also bring together voices of other Black men from different walks of life? Let's just start in the beginning.
Well, it haven't been out 2 years yet. But I tell you, it's the reason I wrote this book. It was based on a lot of things I had experienced and what I had read about in history and just the things that goes on in the world as relate to Black men. And some of the things starting from the beginning in a lot of these countries now, most of the slaves that went to the countries, Europe and United States, England and all that, they was taken away from the motherland, Africa, and traded and sold to come to help build nations. And Black people, Black men, especially women as well, was treated so bad, they was considered 1/4 of a man. And that is horrible because we all are human beings. And if you only consider 1/4 or 1/5 of a man just because of your skin color, and you could not look up, pretty much, that just destroys a species, especially Black men. And I wrote this book because I believe that regardless of race, creed, or color, all men and women are created equally and should have a voice in everything that you do. But that was not happening. Even today, I don't that's happening like it's supposed to because of the racism, the prejudice, and all things that go with that. And Black men was just, we were pushed down, was not able to speak, not able to protect, wasn't able to look at individuals because we was not considered individuals.
Wow.
Human.
So, besides yourself, there are 11 contributing authors in this book. So how did you decide and what was the process of collaborating with these authors?
Well, it's 10.
10. Okay.
It's 10. And basically, I have met a lot of folks that I considered as being a part of this product based on their experiences, what their thoughts were, without giving them any information from my book. I just wanted to get their individual thoughts, ideas on the Black man point of view and what that meant to them, what that meant to overcoming a lot of things that we had to endure. I'm talking about our predecessors and our ancestors had to endure. So how I went about doing that, just like I said, it was probably, I had in mind probably over 100 folks, but I wanted to get a sample of, different locations in the United States or in the world on what was going on. And also just based on the personalities that I ran across and I chatted with these individuals to just give their thoughts, because generationally, you had some young folks, you had some folks, medium-aged folks, and you had older folks. And all of those things were important as it relate to conveying your thoughts on what you felt and what you see, what you read, what your grandmother, grandfather, and et cetera had mentioned to you about certain things that was happening. So it was a long collaboration process, Michelle, on making sure that we had the right 10 folks that could contribute to a Black man point of view, mind, body, and soul. So that took a while to identify the right 10 folks, but we did.
Well, good. I'm glad you did. So in the writing of this book, you mentioned ancestry, slavery, colonization, and their modern day impacts. So in this book, how did you navigate between historical trauma and your contemporary lived experience in your life?
Well, as you know, that initially I grew up in the South, initially Graham, Alabama, where everything that we was able to, where I was growing up at in Graham, Alabama, we had no running water, we had no indoor heat, we had no stove, no electricity, we had an outhouse, we had all of those type of things, which was kind of based on the 19th, 20th century. And as a Black family, with my aunt and uncle, my grandmother, and my brother Jerry. So we had a lot of experience as it related to how a Black man or Black kid or however that was going on, because we had to pick cotton. Had to pick cotton and take it to the folks that we was picking cotton for, and they treated us pretty badly. I can remember one day my uncle asked me he didn't ask me, he said, we're going to pick cotton for Mr. So-and-so here. We spent about 16 hours out there picking cotton. And I remember at the end of the day, when we turned everything in, like bags and bags, they gave me $3 and gave my uncle $9. $9. Because they didn't think we were smart enough or understood that all that work that we had done. But it was treating a Black man, Black kids like, hey, I'm gonna give you something, but you owe this to me. So all of those things.
And James, hold that thought. We're getting ready to go to commercial, and we will be back, audience, with It's Your Life with Dr. James JC Cooley.
So if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's Your Life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
The future is here.
Now is the time to pursue the greatness in you. Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith meets future. We are a fully accredited, 100% online Christian university. We offer bachelor's degree, master's and doctorate degree programs, built for students like you. Affordable tuitions, 30+ degree programs, 100% online and flexible, integrating faith with learning. Study from anywhere at your pace. At VCU, we do not just prepare you for a degree. We prepare you for purpose. Discover who you are, grow in faith, and build a future that impacts the world.
Are you ready to start your journey today?
Visit www.viridianchristianuniversity.com.
Apply today and be among the global leaders.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James JC Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James JC Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever books are sold.
Dr. James JC Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and today we're talking about my book, A Black Man's Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul, and some of the things that I have in there and the reason why I wrote the book, and also to educate others that your situation or your forefathers' situation or grandmothers or all that, all those things, hard work, sweat and tears, being able to create a foundation for us. I mean, the generations that we're in and future generations as a black man, black woman, black person, that many did the work. And we have to continue to strive and build and educate, not in a situation of prejudice or any of those type of things, but always understand where we came from and how hard and difficult it was for our ancestors to put us in a situation today where we're hoping for equality. We're hoping to be treated right. We're hoping to be able to look at a person eye to eye and not be penalized with all of those things. And I think it's so important that our young men and adults, young boys, just like Doc has said in here, she put down manhood if they look at other men and other races, understanding that, manhood, it doesn't matter about the color of the skin. It's just being able to understand that you are a man, and that you are you have purpose and you're capable, and people should not just look down on you just because you're black, brown.
And with that being said, Dr. Cooley, let's an audience, you can participate the show, bring in your comments and your questions. So, Dr. Cooley, you in the book, you examine how societal labels impact Black men's identity. What stereotype or stereotypes surprised you most what you encountered in your own life?
Well, it's a lot of things that are associated with that. I can remember being at a place, and you already know a lot of things that people don't even know anything about you, but they assume that you're uneducated just because you're black or whatever that is, or that you don't understand these things. I have experienced all these things. I can tell you a situation when we was in California a few years back, and 24-hour fitness is where I normally go and meet a whole lot of folks. And a lot of folks was coming over chatting with me, and he had a couple of white guys and the jacuzzi just up and watching all these things happen. And just one guy, he asked me a question. He said, "Wow, a lot of folks coming over to see you." I mean, I said, it's like talking to me. He said, "Wow, I can see them doing this." He said, "If you go back to school and get your education, I think you can be somebody." I had been in school for 35 years at that point, but if I go back to school, so things like that, people assume just because of your skin color, just because of the situation or circumstances. But it's been a lot of others, and a lot of other authors, contributing authors that we talked about earlier, talk about those things in their writings in the book.
It's interesting. We're not denying, especially which you narrate in the book about the challenges that Black men, African American men in general, have gone through, and our ancestors as well, and still that's going on today. So my question is, how important is it not to, I would say, I guess I'm bluntly, use that as an excuse for not giving your best or doing your best or showing self-respect and dignity towards others as well as yourself, despite what you have gone through and what society currently puts you through?
Well, I mean, I believe that you always give your best, regardless of what society has put you through. We learn from the past. We learn from things that we go through, and we learn. And the thing about learning is you get an understanding, and you also gain knowledge. I write about my book, knowledge, understanding, and focus. So you gather these things, from knowledge, what you don't went through, the experiences that you have, and you turn that into understanding that, hey, even though I went through that, I don't have to treat people this way. I don't have to be this way. I mean, I can hold my head up because I am a man, and I speak the truth, and I'm going to be that example. And I'm going to give 110% in everything that I do. If I'm not going to give 110%, I'm not going to do it. If I'm not going to do it big, I'm not going to do it. So you learn these things from past experiences and the trials and tribulations that you might have went through. Just because people don't look at you for your self-worth, that does not mean that you don't look at yourself for your self-worth. You have to continue to do your best at everything you do. That's how you become the best.
Exactly. Forgiveness is such an important concept. Can you kind of go into detail, and you do mention this in your book a lot, as well as your other collaborating authors, what role does forgiveness play in liberation for Black men from oneself, from others, and from history. And how important is forgiveness?
Forgiveness, in my opinion, what I write about in the book, in order for you to move forward, in order for you to fully grasp understanding, regardless of what happened to you in the past. If you made it through that, and that if you learn from that, even though the enemy or whatever you might want to call them, they still lack understanding. I believe in my cases, I had to forgive whoever had done something to me. However, I did not forget. So it's a thing called forgiveness that you have to, I believe, that you have to be able to do in order to continue to succeed in whatever that is that you're doing. It's that important that we're able to do that. So that's one of the first things in order, and I call it the healing process. If we sit back and we locked in on something that happened in the past and we keep looking back, it's kind of hard to move forward and create positive things. Have a positive mindset and to be able to move forward with many, many things that we are going to encounter. So I like what Dr. Drakeford just said. Generational men do not open up about their feelings. I appreciate you for writing this book because young men and little boys need to read about other Black successful men, as well as to be understanding the hardship of being a Black male in today's time. So forgiveness plays a major role in that, Michelle.
Oh, most definitely. And before we go to break, we have a couple of minutes. Can you share a moment in your life when you truly felt free? I mean, absolutely free from the labels others had placed on you.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you can say you absolutely felt free, but people lay labels on you just because of your skin color, your religion, the environment that you grew up in, a whole lot of different things. But what I always wanted to do was to, regardless of the situation or circumstances, just understand that those labels and those things that people have placed on me, that I overcame those because it wasn't me, and I had to be myself. And so that's how just being yourself, understanding that you're not locked into someone else's mind because they really don't know you. Long as you know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself before you share yourself. I'm going to say that again. Know yourself. Long as you know who you are, regardless of what anybody else might think. Long as you know who you are, good, bad, indifferent. That's what it is. And also, once you know who you are, love who you are. Love who you have to accept that and love who you are. And once you're able to do that, know yourself, accept yourself, love yourself before you share yourself. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. And so that's part of forgiveness, and all of those things are important.
Yes. Well, I think it is time for our break time. Just want to give a comment from Randy Smith. He said, holding on to things in your past that you can't change only holds you down. You're not a time traveler. You can't go back in the past. You're not Genie. You can't go back into the past. The only thing you can do is learn from it, and move forward, because you're not meant to live in the past, but to learn from it.
And that's what it's about. That's what I'm trying to say. As long as you learn from it and you're able to put that into your mindset in a positive perspective, then it's easier for us to move forward. We're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back. We're going to talk about a Black man point of view, mind, body, and soul. And if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments that whichever platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life. We'll see you shortly after the break.
Your life. Dr. James JC Cooley.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and today we're talking about a Black man point of view, mind, body, and soul. And as Dr. Michelle Cooley is narrating this and asking questions and a whole lot of things, it's bringing back reminiscing on when I wrote, how I wrote, why I wrote this book. One of the things that I wish I probably would have done prior to writing the book is I had an opportunity this year, over the last few months, to go to Africa and really get a sense and the feel of, what it was like for our ancestors in Africa. Dr. Randy Smith and I had an opportunity to go and see the slave trading platforms and a lot of other different things, and it was very painful what happened over 400 years ago. And so, but getting to understanding and seeing all of these things and meeting a lot of other folks that's there kind of give you an insight on just the initial thing as, people other countries came to Africa and went and just snatched our ancestors, out of their villages and out of the fields, and a lot of them were locked up and traded and sold to several different countries. And that's all of those things are important to understand. Well, going to Africa gave me an understanding of where I came from. You truly don't know or can really move forward to the best of your ability unless you know where you came from. A lot of folks do not want to go to Africa. I don't know why. I highly encourage every Black man or Black woman or whatever to go to Africa to sense and see how this is. Just landing on the continent is a different experience. So all of those things are so important.
I am sure it is. And we'll talk about your experience again on and just how important it was as far as history. The title of your book, A Black Man's Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul. Let's talk about the 3 dimensions. Let's start with mind. James, what did you learn about how Black men think about their potential and purpose, especially when reframing past assumptions, in your opinion?
Well, you want to talk about mind, how the men think. Mm-hmm. A lot of things are instilled in our head, in our mind, based on past experiences, based on what our ancestors went through, and it's passed down from generation to generation. Well, you can't look at people in the eye. So a lot of things are passed down because that's how it was in the previous generation. And, change. Many people do not want to change. They just want to follow whatever the president was at the time, talking about the pattern. Just want to follow the same pattern because they feel that you not going to get in trouble or anything if you continue to do these things. So the mindset, we have to be able to reform our thoughts in our mind, that this is not 4 generations ago. This is today. And we need to focus on how things are today based on the past. We can't go back in the past and expect to move forward. So the mind is refocusing of the mind, renewing of the mind, and getting rid of a lot of bad thoughts, a lot of bad things, and just holding on to hurt from generations ago. Okay. Like I said, I'm not saying to forget about those things. I always remember, but don't live it. Don't go back in the past.
I like that. So let's talk about the second dimension, body. Physical health, wellness, and care often get overlooked within the Black community. What practical habits or mindset shifts do you recommend to Black men who have never prioritized body care?
Well, we always have to take care of ourselves in every way possible. We have to understand that our kids, our grandkids, and others want us around as long as possible. And that just being there as we age, the wisdom is going to come from us, meaning from past generations. I can just tell you my grandmother and aunt and uncle taught me a lot about what happened in their generations and passed it down to me. During the time I was there. And all of those thoughts, I had to pass them down to my kids, my grandkids, not for them to go back and be mad about all those things. But, that's the second portion of it, to get the mind and the body. The body is, is a physical portion of us. We have to take care of that in order to have a clear mind and heart. So all of the things are so important that we
Oh,
take care of every facet, every portion of our being to be able to function equally. So
mhm.
uh, self-care is so important. Understanding that sometimes you just have to back off and take a nap and do whatever you have to do because all of those things are important.
Yes, Audrey Ratner, she just wanted to comment. Yes, 40 years of taking care of people. Black men usually are the last ones to go to the doctor. So let's talk about the soul. The soul is very important. So spiritual grounding is central. How do you, James, define the soul in the context of this specific book for Black men?
So in my opinion, the soul, the soul is the complete you, your soul, what you believe in, what you think, how you react, uh, mind, body, and soul. That's why I was saying the mind come first, the body, self-care, as into the spiritual portion of this, which is your soul. That's a combination of all of these things that we combine mentally, physically, emotionally, that makes up the soul. And if you believe in Jesus or whatever your God is, whatever you believe in, Michelle and I believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. Um, all of those things are important in our heart, in our well-being, and the way that we function, the way that we think. And that's in the way that we feel, even when negativity comes our way. It's part of the whole picture, which is part of the soul. Um, I would like to say that I am completely whole in my own way, but it's not because things changes every day. But just being grounded and just understanding that your emotion, your intellect, and your will,
Mhm.
all of these things makes up what you think, how you react, what you believe in, and all of these things goes into, in my opinion, the completeness of your soul.
Most definitely. And I think we have 1 minute before the break. So, in about a minute, how do you see the interplay of mind, body, and soul in healing and thriving rather than merely surviving?
Well, just like I mentioned earlier, that comes from a belief in oneself and one's ability to be able to focus and get past the noise of the fog or whatever that is being pushed at us, and being able to have an understanding that all things that are coming our way is not all good things, but being able to step back and not become extremely upset, because if you have no control over certain things and you want to get mad at how other people react or act, that's only going to help bring you down. So my thing is what if you can control certain things in your life and your environment, that's what you do. If you are getting mad and upset on things that you can't control because other people are doing those things, well, I think one has to sit back and look at themselves and say, is this really that important to me?
Yes. Well, let's get ready for break.
We're going to take a station break. I'll tell you what, if you want to be part of this conversation, whichever platforms you watch us on, E36 Television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Rumble, radio, other platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of it, just go to the comments. Ask any question that you might have. And I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm sitting back here enjoying this discussion that I'm having with Dr. Cooley over here as it relates to my book, A Black Man Point of View, Mind, Body, and Soul. And tell you, we probably got about 8 minutes left in the show, so we're probably going to be a lightning around this time, but we're going to get everything out.
Oh, well, most definitely. So I just want to make a comment. And Audrey Rattler wants to ask you a question. Do you believe a lot of Black men's learn behaviors because the Black males did not have a father in their home?
Absolutely. I mean, it's if you don't have a positive male figure in your home, like I did not have one. Sometimes our behavior, our thing, because we feel at a young age that we have to be the male figure, whatever that is, and we go out and do things that we don't even know about and find ourselves in trouble. But yes, Audrey, I believe that a lot of learned behaviors and not having a male or role model around kind of makes it harder for young Black men kids to adjust as they grow up, and so and most of the bad learned behavior can take over, and we end up living a tough life. But I believe that having a role model in the house or having a role model outside that can
Mm-hmm.
help guide these young men and just mentor them in the right way will give them a leg up on a lot of things by
I'm,
not having.
I'm glad you mentioned that. So many younger Black men may not see themselves in leadership roles or legacy roles yet. What advice does the book offer them, the book in general, from other collaborators about stepping into their future?
Well, first of all, just like I said, you have to understand who you are, and you have to have a renewing of the mind, uh, believing in yourself, believing in a lot of different things that you learn from a good perspective to help shape who you're going to be, whatever leaders that you might want to be as you grow up and you gain the experience. So a lot of it is trial and error, but sometimes we're going to get knocked down. The key to that is get back up, continue to learn. Uh, Look, listen, and learn. I say that all the time. I think
Yes.
that's so important to look, listen, and learn. Look, listen,
Yes.
meaning that if you're talking all the time and you're not able to uh, learn because you're too busy talking, so those things are important, and gathering experience and gathering leadership abilities and understanding um, how you want to live.
Yes.
And I believe that that is important about your spirituality as well, your mental state. All of those things plays, in my opinion, a major role.
So, James, for readers who are not Black men, spouses, family members, colleagues, community members, what is the most important takeaway you hope they gain from this book?
Say that again.
For readers who are not Black men or not African American,
Mhm.
let's say their spouses, family members, colleagues, community members, they're reading this book, right? And what is the most important takeaway you hope they gain from this book?
So what I say in the book is, regardless of whatever race, creed, or color that you might be, whatever background that you might be, I believe that by reading my book and getting the understanding that all men are created equal, regardless of their color, regardless of this. But my book gives you an understanding on what's in the heart of a Black man. I'm talking about how we feel, how we think, how uh, things have affected us over generations that we can learn. I'm talking about we all can learn that we can't go back there. You can't go back there. And just having an understanding of what's going on in a person's mind and what's going on um, that you might not know that you're doing. I ain't talking about other races and this and that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lack of understanding. My book will give you, I believe, an understanding of exactly the way that I envision, based on my understanding and based on my reading and based on the other 10 contributors, um, what's in the heart of a Black man and how we think.
Yes, I just want to provide some comments. One from Dr. Randy Smith. He's saying having his father in his life was one of the best gifts his father gave him. And he tells this to him every time they get together. So that's just so important. Um, Before we close, let's talk about what's next for you after this book. What further topics or projects are you excited to pursue, especially based on feedback you're receiving from this book?
Well, kind of got another book in mind. It's a follow-up, a country boy, city boy journey that ain't over yet. It's called The Journey Continues. And it's a combination of a Black man point of view and also the things that we talked about in the previous book, how they are related to the growth of individual, also the things that have happened over the last few years in my life and the blessings that God has blessed me with. So that thought is still in my mind on making sure that we do that. Also on the horizon, over in Ghana, as you all already know, that I'm the ambassador of Central Africa and also a sub-king. Going back there, we had teamed with the kingdom over there, which is the kingdom that I'm a part of, is being able to bring the United States and Africa together to work as one. That's another thing that we're working on. February, Michelle, you and I will be going back. My coronation will be finished and you will be crowned Queen Mother. So all of those things is like working together to help bring unity to other nations and countries. A lot of other things with the JC Cooley Foundation is being able to work together and mentor a lot of youth and young adults, and also continue our things about awarding scholarships to young men and young women that are coming out of high school to further continue their education, whether it's technically or whether it's 4-year university. All of those things are important to me, and I want to continue to do those things.
Well, thank you, James, for revisiting a Black man's point of view, mind, body, and soul. And audience, Dr. Randy Smith, thank you. Thank you for providing your comments. Orgy Rattler, thank you for providing your comments. And audience, we really thank you for participating in this show. A Black man's point of view, mind, body, and soul. Go pick it up. It will change your life. James, can you just tell them where it's available at before we close?
Well, you can get Amazon, of course, but if you go in, it's in a lot of, wherever books are sold, you can get it. Wherever books are sold. So I tell you what, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.